So today was a day full of trains for me. I went to New Jersey and saw the Morristown and Erie Railroad Museum. They have a blue car from the Blue Comet and a green steam engine from the Southern Railroad, 1909 Baldwin. This is a Morristown and Erie Railroad caboose, a bobber, a four-wheel bobber. Originally, this was built for the Lackawanna, and it became the Morristown and Erie Railroad number one, 1899. Susquehanna diesel. There's that bobber again. And this was a Morristown and Erie white uh, truck with a bus body that has been converted for rail use. But actually, underneath it, it has a turntable. It can push down into the track between the rails and turn itself around. So they have a lot of private cars and cabooses on this museum as well. Uh, Delaware Hudson caboose, a couple of Delaware Hudson caboose, but a wooden one, and an Erie Lackawanna caboose, and a fireless Texaco steam engine. And I went to the Garden State Division of the NMRA, had an open layout tour, and this was John Montanaga's C&O Railroad through West Virginia. So you can see it's a beautiful layout, and it was in model railroad planning. This section here is a little branch line that goes to two different coal mines. See the coal breaker and a loading facility. And then just a little bit further is a second coal mine. He models kind of the 1950s Chesapeake and Ohio. There's a large, very well scenic layout. It was in a model railroad planning, I believe it was the 2022 issue. You can see some F's on a freight. Passing through these Appalachian towns of West Virginia. And beautiful fall scenery. It's an HO scale layout, and he can, as you can see, he can run some very long trains. See the coal train in the background on the branch line. The scenery was really excellent. Um, Beautiful layout. A lot of the stations and railroad facilities are actually following the CNO prototype. So that's a CNO standard station. A lot of CNO track follows riverbed through canyons in the Appalachian Mountains. So a lot of the scenery reflected that. Narrow canyons with water, track, and town.
Of course, I like, I love Lackawanna and Erie and D&H and Reading and all that stuff, right? At least you're not mixing them all. Not at the moment. When you guys are done, you'll see
all of the cars were nicely weathered, looking like they're in service but not beat up too badly. Here's a nicely modeled engine house and facility with a mallet pulling out of it. It's really interested in the structure of it. There's some more warehouses and factories. There's a yard house, and you could see the yards in this part of the country were very narrow as well because there wasn't much land to put them in. It's a nice modeled farmhouse. This part of the CNO really lent itself to model railroading because trains pop in and out of tunnels, and it makes a lot of sense as a model railroad. Again, some CNO prototype structures, maintenance of way buildings. Another layout we went to was Mark Moritz's. This layout is about ore traffic in Morris County, New Jersey, 1910 to 1920, and it was the Delaware Lackawanna Western. This layout will be very nice. It is very he has most of the track in, and he's working on the scenery, but the cars are very well done, and the track work is excellent. The next layout I went to was Neal Multz's layout, which is a modern layout patterned after contemporary operations in New Jersey. He really liked the Tropicana Juice train, and he built the unloading facility in Kearney, New Jersey. This layout has a lot of track work, and here's an intermodal yard. This layout really focuses on operation, and it can fit 5 operators. It's a double-deck layout. A lot of trains running, and here's the juice train. And here's another view of the unloading facility. And next I went to the Morris Plains Model Railroad Club, which is a neat layout. It's actually in the Morris Plains the former Lackawanna freight house. So it's right next to the train track, and New Jersey Transit trains are passing as they're operating. It's another HO layout. It's kind of a U shape, and there's a little Lionel section as well. The building is owned by the town of Morris Plains, and they are open for a lot of the town's festivities. So they're open for whatever town festival they decide to run. And there's a lot of passenger operation. I suppose it's whoever's there running that day who chooses. And here's my train, my New Jersey Transit train back from Morristown back to New York. I want to thank my friend Howard Lash for being my driver today. All in all, it was a fun day. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, consider liking and subscribing. It really would help me out. And we can go on some more field trips, and we have more projects on the way. Thank you again.